Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading. We're going to dive into a message around the Divine Masculine Collective, okay? Because I do feel like the Divine Masculine is facing an ending. So they may require space. They could require silence at this time. But I do feel like many of you need the confirmation that they do have you on their mind. They are thinking about you, but there's necessary silence, there's necessary space that needs to take place right now. Okay, so I'm going to draw an oracle card to start with, and we'll see what your Divine Masculine wants you to know at this time about this silence that they're in, and just maybe how they're feeling towards you and the connection right now. Okay, we're going to start with key, which is key people, core of the problem. And then we also have pass as well. So I feel like something that they could be letting you know is you're one of the key people on this journey. And I feel like your presence in their life has maybe triggered the core of the problem. And that's why they're probably going through some kind of ending. Because a lot of you might feel like ever since you connected with your Divine Masculine, you've observed certain things. Maybe you yourself, Divine Feminine, you've observed certain endings that may be occurring. You notice a shift in their energy. They're maybe just a lot more closed off. You can sense the crankiness, maybe a bit of the anxiety. I'm getting the crankiness a lot, the moodiness. I think I shared a reading just a few days ago talking about your Divine Masculines being in a whole mood. I'm kind of feeling that type of energy coming through here as well, okay? So silence is necessary for them right now. It's almost like you guys really don't want to be in their company or in their path right now because they are definitely going through a lot, okay? The key also could represent them having to open up just new doors for themselves. There could be key people right now that they either need to remove from their life, or key people who could be influencing them in a way that also influences the connection, okay? Because I'm also hearing that your name has been coming up a lot, Divine Feminine. It's like ever since you came into the Divine Masculine's life, you've somehow been giving them access to just certain parts of like their heart, their mind. They've been unlocking certain memories, certain feelings, maybe even some of their own spiritual gifts, okay? And so I feel like a lot of their silence and moodiness and anger, it is a reaction of you triggering or unlocking a lot of things that they really need to be, I want to say, like more on top of. That's why endings is coming up. Many of you might be seeing the death card happening a lot. Butterflies could be a big thing for many of you. I want to say blue butterflies. It might just be that, you know, that kind of pointy winged butterfly. Many of you could be oddly seeing a theme of the blue butterfly. It is like major transformation, okay? Transformation, awakening, going through a really uncomfortable cycle, but the uncomfortability is just a foreshadowing of the beauty that you're about to experience if you have the courage to face this ending, okay? Because I feel like something shows me like holding on. They've been holding on for a really long time. I feel like communicating with you or keeping you in their life has really delayed them going through this ending. So don't mistake their silence and, just part of like them needing that space from you or from this connection. A lot of them could be deleting their social media accounts or just feeling turned off by social media altogether. And the reason that's happening is because all eyes are on them. They feel like everybody's watching them, minding their business. So a lot of your masculines may just want to lay low right now. That's why a lot of them could be silent, okay? But, just really moving past a cycle that they know that they need to face the ending, let go of. Okay, we have wide awake, clean, decisive. Yeah, they know it's decision time. King of Swords energy is what I'm getting as well, which is firm. The King of Swords is not, it's not all that bad. It's just more like I'm getting the words discipline. Okay, many of your masculines need to learn self-control as well. So some of the endings that they're facing, they're having to be firm and not let things like anger get the best of them. I'm also seeing with clean, many of them could be practicing sobriety as well, because that is where the anger would get the best of them, okay? Many of them would try to initiate a lot of these endings when they had the liquid courage to do so, and I'm seeing that a lot of these conversations would end in disaster, whether it would be a work situation, a romantic relationship that has really fizzled out. They're really trying to go their separate way. Many of them have been really terrified of having these tough conversations, so I feel like part of, being a little bit more wide awake, and that maybe that's something that you've unlocked as well for the Divine Masculine on the journey at this time, Divine Feminine, is the importance of remaining sober if they want to be decisive. Okay? That just is something that's really standing out right now. Part of this space and silence is them maybe cleaning up. Okay? They may not want you to see them like this, but you feel it. Okay? I feel like a lot of you, you maybe feel that this is already happening for them. That's why many of you may not be bothered by the silence. Okay? You could feel them thinking of you. But a lot of you as well, you're kind of following suit. You're following that command. You know that they may miss you. But they've got a lot to take care of right now. If you look at the picture, it's like this person is waiting for, I don't know, either the ferry or the train. It looks like they're at a dock, okay? They've got things to take care of. I'm hearing lonely road as well. It's something that they have to do on their own or alone. That could be another part of this puzzle here that they're figuring out, which is why they may be giving you a lot of space or silence right now, because they don't want to bring themselves to you like this. It's just not fair. That's what they keep saying, and that's a great thing, because I do feel like it is part of the process or the journey of many of your Divine Masculines really starting to honor you and your energy. So, sometimes the space and silence is not all that bad. It's usually them really just starting to show more respect for the connection. Okay, not coming towards you at all like this, not wanting to play games with you, not wanting to waste your time. Okay, we also have adjust, which is adapt, accommodate, compensate, balance. I feel like these 3 cards have come out before. Many of you are dealing with the taboo as well. So a lot of that kind of, I want to say the word gunk. I don't know why that word came into mind, but a lot of you are clearing away a lot of the gunk. Remember I talked about the Divine Masculines maturing on the journey? What I'm hearing is, like, for a lot of them, they're starting to really not care about the taboo that's keeping you two apart. And that's why firm is coming up here, because at this time, they really don't care what society has to say about their attraction to you. They really don't care what friends and family have to say. Like, I feel like they're getting to a point where they're really starting to, anybody who has a problem with this connection, then okay, it's simple. You don't have a place in my life. That's where this firm energy is coming from. Then I won't have to deal with the uncomfortability of seeing you or running into you or dealing with you. So that's like what I mean by clean. Many of them could be getting clean, or like I feel like clean has a lot to do with cleaning up their circle, like people who they're used to associating themselves with. Anybody who would look at them crossways for this whole twin flame connection, they're getting rid of. Okay, so that's why the silence could be just really important at this time. They're focusing on what matters the most. And I love this picture because all of the darkness in the background, it really does feel like a lot of your masculines are falling in love with you. But falling in love with you is like the dark night of the soul for them at this moment. Okay, because falling in love with you also means falling away from everything else that kind of once felt familiar. And they're going to have to go off on their own path for a little while. And I'm also hearing the words unfulfilling. Okay, we have limit, crime, forbidden love, curiosity. Okay, this curiosity about you, Divine Feminine, it's never going to go away. Especially the more that you sink into your purpose, your own Divine Feminine energy, the more you nurture yourself, the more that you sink into self. It can't help, like the universe can't help but mirror that back to your Divine Masculine. That's why during the times where things are often, going well for you and thriving, that you feel them resurface or come back into your life even more strongly. You can feel their energy more. It's because, that forbidden love doesn't feel so forbidden anymore. It was never forbidden love. Other people made you guys feel like it was forbidden. It was never forbidden. It was meant to be. It was always meant to be. You know why? Because obviously you two were feeling it. That's how you know it was meant to be, because you two were mutually feeling the same thing that grew over time, and it hasn't stopped growing, and it won't ever stop growing. Okay, so wow, a lot of heavy stuff for the Divine Masculine Collective to explore, investigate, and search out right now. It also could be just really exhausting too. In fact, I was going to post another reading before this one talking about the some of the masculine collective out there. They're really trying their best to stay focused on work so that they don't have to think about this connection, but they can't help it. Yeah, and I do feel like the remedy for a lot of that, wanting to keep an eye on you, Divine Feminine, is just to allow themselves to feel the intensity of the love for you, allow themselves to feel that love for you, because part of the exhaustion that they're feeling is so much intensity for you, but you're not mirroring it back right now in the way that they want you to. So they're in this stuck place of trying to get rid of the feeling because it feels like unrequited love from you right now, right? So it's they're in this place of okay, let me not focus on the Divine Feminine. Let me clean up shop here. There could even be a possibility that the silence, there's no confidence there. They need to figure out how to get that back. And they can feel it when you guys are not aligned. The sexual energy is not there, the euphoria, the pull. So right now when they feel that kind of flat tire feeling, it's because they need to focus on self. There's something that they need to take care of on their own without your help, and also with the feeling of unrequited love from you. Okay, and that may not be the case. It may not be the truth, right? Because as Divine Feminines, that we always carry that love for our Divine Masculines, but that unrequited love feeling is a mirror that they're going to have to deal with all on their own, right? They have to see themselves as worthy of your love, but in order to see themselves as worthy of your love, they have to see themselves worthy of just self-love, period. Okay, so yeah, that's a lot of what's on their mind right now. And also, too, part of this whole loving themselves is that when you love yourself enough, you have that confidence where you command respect wherever you go. So it's when you're decisive in the decisions that you're making, you make them firmly because you know that people would just have to live with it. People just have to respect it. Okay, so yeah, that is where they're at. Let's get into some of these romance messages about the fact that they are still thinking about you despite, a lot of these heavy energies that are coming up for them to deal with. I'm also hearing too, many of them know that they can't go forward with the third party, whatever the third party is, guys. For a lot of them, it could be, the work thing, staying focused on pentacle energy. Then you become too grounded in routine 444. It's good to have stability, but then when you create too much stability around you, then there's stagnant energy boredom, and I feel like for a lot of them, they miss you. They want peace, but in order to have that peace, there's an ending that needs to occur, okay? So we have getting to know each other. So this could be on their mind, which is why they're thinking about you so much. I feel like a lot of you could be picking up on telepathy where you may find yourself in conversation with your Divine Masculine, and it could be about things that you may be going through. It could be things that they may be going through. How this will occur for many of you on the Twin Flame journey is you'll catch yourself just randomly starting up a conversation with your Divine Masculine, or you may find yourself talking or explaining something about your life, okay? And that's them needing clarity. They might be curious. I think we had the word curiosity come up as well with taboo here. They might be curious about certain things going on in your life, how they would fit in. Do you still think about them? I don't know why that's coming up, but many of you might find that it's like, okay, let's say you're just minding your own business. You might be, let's say you're cleaning up, okay? Cleaning up your space, doing your dishes, doing your laundry, and then all of a sudden you just have this thought of your divine masculine, and you might find yourself, kind of going back on a thought or a conversation that you two might have had, or something that they might have brought up. And it's being brought up again because they want to ask you more about it, or they want more clarity. And you may find yourself kind of explaining to them or telling a story to them as though you guys are actually talking. And then how you'll really, really know telepathy was occurring is later down the road when you actually physically talk to them. It'll be like, well, we totally had this conversation in telepathy before, because I literally have said this to you in my mind already. And it'll come up. You'll see it'll end up coming up in conversation, where you'll end up talking to them and telling them exactly what you rehearsed. Okay, exactly what you said you were going to say. You end up getting the opportunity to do it. Okay, sorry if I rambled about that, but many of you are going to know exactly what I mean. Okay, but getting to know each other, I feel a lot of you are picking up on that. Okay, just conversations with them. They're thinking about a future with you. That's why I feel like a lot of the conversations are coming up. It's like they want you to know that they're going through these endings, but they don't have to try so hard. You already know. You can pick it up through telepathy. Okay, what else is in their heart space for you? What are they thinking about? What do they want you to know when they think about you and the connection? What are they thinking about? Okay, so there's that release your ex. So for a lot of you, the whole space and silence, this ending, has a lot to do with releasing an ex-partner. It's time for them to really clear their energy, because I don't feel like a lot of them are happy or feeling very fulfilled. Okay, and maybe firm is coming up because that's just what's been missing, is more of like a firm approach to like boundaries. Boundaries has been a big ass thing on the journey. Maybe it's your divine masculine's turn to kind of realize that lesson. Okay, so keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectations, and I feel like that's that taboo card. Many of you there could be an age gap. They could have, a girlfriend versus you. You're older, you've been divorced, you have kids, but still there's that deep connection there. Many of you could be different races. You could be different cultures, just coming from two different sides of the planet, yet it freaking doesn't matter, because when you two are in the same space, it's like you remember the lifetimes that you've spent together. It's like this love is stronger than any kind of taboo energy that is out there. That's why the whole taboo thing is a big illusion. That's why you guys trigger so many people around you that make you feel like this is taboo. But what they're really actually triggered by is like the energy, the love, the sexual tension that people feel when you two are near each other, when you're together. Okay, it's because when you guys make eye contact with one another, people all of a sudden don't know why they start getting excited or triggered or jealous, or they feel a need to stick their nose into your business and want to know all of a sudden what's going on with you and your twin. It's like all the influx of energy is what makes it so, taboo. Okay, but I feel like all of that stuff is really just coming to an end. Okay, somebody is really getting ready to express their love, letting go of control issues, and I think the control issues is literally like family, friends, karmic energy, society. Everything that's been making you two feel like this truth deep within you, this love, this passion that you feel for one another is somehow taboo, it's wrong. All of that is coming to an end. Express your love is literally a lot of your divine masculine saying to you right now, I need this space and silence to create endings, and endings to like the noisiness, the karmic energy. Give me some time to do that. And I feel like that's why they're so heavy on your mind tonight. That's why they're thinking about you, because maybe they're hoping that you receive all of these messages and not take the silence or the space as some kind of ending with you. Okay, but either way, I feel like a lot of you as their counterpart, you already know that, so anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get some confirmation here. I put some charms in here as well. My sister got me these charms a very long time ago. And always from time to time when we, kind of chat, she'll be like, you should use the charms sometime. Well, Chrissy, here are the charms. So I've mixed it up with the letters to give you guys some extra confirmation for this reading, okay? So let's see. I'm going to look the other way, and I'm just going to kind of pick up a handful here, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so we have the letter Q. Okay, I'm hearing quick. Okay, so very soon. express your love, or there could be a need to hurry. So this could be divine masculine energy, especially in terms of like letting go of control energy. Okay, maybe there is no need to be quick, or there is no need to rush this. Just allow this to fold unnaturally and stay firm. Okay, because I'm also getting with quick temper. Okay, and this is something that they really are trying to avoid this time around. You know, when you want to confront somebody and then you always have these explosive conversations and you never get anywhere because your anger might get the best of you, and then it's like all of a sudden you can't call somebody out on their shit because you just exploded, and now you're all of a sudden apologizing for yelling at them when in fact they should be apologizing for their shit. So I feel like a lot of them are really trying to control a quick temper. Okay, so understanding, or just the letter U, might be significant for some of you. We also have the letter M. This could be someone's name. It could be your divine masculine's last name, first name. And then I'm also getting X as well. Okay, so I'm hearing X-ray vision, like being able to just kind of see through things now. Being able to see things clearly. And see how I kind of talked about that little bit of manipulation there? I feel like maybe somebody has X-ray vision now in terms of like they know what somebody's about to do, so they're not going to trigger that person to like have an outburst or cry. Maybe that's why firm is coming up, because King of Swords is very strategic, right? They start figuring you out. If you're trying to manipulate a King of Swords, you better be careful, because they're already onto your game. You know, they're about to say checkmate any minute now. So yeah, we do have this little bird here as well. I don't want to be cheesy, but I am hearing it in my head. I'm like a bird. I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is. I don't know where my home is. You know, that could be how it is they're feeling right now. Look up the song lyrics. There could be other things in that song that could resonate for you guys. I think it's Nelly Furtado. But yeah, just the bird energy itself, you know. Let's see what I feel from it. Okay, so I'm hearing caged bird. So the karmic situation could feel like a cage, but they're wide awake, or the somebody left the cage open. Maybe you came, divine feminine, and you opened the cage, and now that your masculine's out of the cage, it's like the freedom that they feel. They really do need this space and silence to really figure things out. And that's why I was thinking with the bird too, they could be very strategic right now. And you know, like I'm getting bird's eye view. It's like, you know, and that's what I'm saying, you can't manipulate this King of Swords with this firm energy here, because they have a bird's eye view of everything now. Your intuition's rubbing off on this masculine, divine feminine. They love it, okay? Your intuition has given them a bird's eye view of things, and they have a firm understanding now of what it is they need to do. And I'm also hearing very clearly, like, I'm keeping my eye on you too from this bird's eye view, and please don't mistake my silence in this space for anything that has to do with you and our connection. It's just something I gotta do. All right, guys, so yeah, that's what I have for you. If you guys would like a personal session with me, visit me at hipsy.com. I do offer private one-to-one sessions where you can pick up the phone and call me, or we can text back and forth. Otherwise, check me out on Wizio if you guys would like a recorded reading. I do have a few options there for you depending on where you are on your journey. And if you guys would like to join the channel, I do have a sensual little library there for you, 18 plus readings. They do get pretty juicy, so if you guys would like to enjoy, I'd love to have you there. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next one, okay? You guys take it easy. Bye.